Gift of the Givers is helping people left destitute by a fire in an informal settlement in Booysens, Johannesburg. The residents are starting to rebuild their homes, but they're said to need more building materials. Gift of the Givers is on the ground. We speak to the organization's Suleiman. Thank you very much, Mr. Suleiman, for your time this afternoon. So building material, most important, as we saw with my colleague Michael Apple earlier on, structures flattened there in Booysens. What kind of aid are you providing at this hour?
Good afternoon, Dudu. Yes, building material is very important. People, after a crisis like this, we were there last night and everything's destroyed. And people are distraught because no matter what, a shack is still their home. It's their privacy, it's their own space, and they need to rebuild it. And in every fire that you go to, or drought, or water destruction, or storm damage, people get building immediately. And in fact, they've already started. So sheeting, whether it's plastic sheeting or corrugated iron, is critical for them to find their own space. But whilst they're doing that, and whilst they're organizing themselves, because sometimes the ground may be too hot to continue building at the same time, we have provided for them, right now we'll be giving them hot meals, which we'll do for the next few days. We've given them baby porridge and a special type of energy porridge, where you squeeze the water from one packet into the powder of the other packet, and you can either eat it or drink it. And in addition to that, the diapers and sleeping bags and blankets. All that was distributed early this morning. The food will be done just now, and we'll repeat that the food tomorrow and Monday. But thereafter, once they are in their homes again, we will then provide for them hygiene packs, food parcels, and because schools are going to start in about 3 weeks' time, we will provide uniforms as well as stationery.
When you got there last night, I'm sure it must have been a very desperate situation. What did residents tell you?
Well, it's the same wherever you go. We've lost everything. But for the first, in many a fire after a long time, there were no fatalities, which was a great blessing. Because normally there's always a child that's passed on, or a family member, two or three people in one family. Fortunately, nobody passed on. And the usual story: we're distraught, we've lost everything. What we're going to do, how we're going to rebuild our lives, how we're going to get our items back. And of course, there's always a bit of resistance to move to halls because they don't want to lose the space, the land, a piece of ground where they've been living. They're afraid it may go away to somebody else. But the disaster management were good and convinced the women and children to go to the halls. And this morning, they're already starting to build, although the ground may be a little hot, they're still building. And you have to counsel them and tell them, don't worry, we'll try to support you and help will come. The usual counseling and comfort and good words and encouraging them to say, look, people will do something to benefit you. And people are in a much better mood today. They saw the stuff coming. The promise made last night was being fulfilled today, and many of them were smiling and very happy this morning.
Did you find children on the scene when you got there yesterday? And what is it that those little ones need, if you did find?
There's plenty children on site. Women and children, all the children are with their parents, plenty of children on site. That's in every fire or any kind of disaster. And the mothers always care what to do for the kids first. The kids, of course, for them it's like an adventure. This is something new. They watch the fire, enthusiastic, or not enthusiastic, very inquiring minds to see what's going on. And when you see the kids, that's when you want to bring special packs for them. We normally pack sweet packs for them. We just couldn't manage it this morning. But sweet packs is something we bring for them. We also look at new clothing for them that's lying in our warehouses in Pietermaritzburg, which we will send across. And the station is, of course, for the slightly bigger kids that will need it for school and uniforms for them. But just this product that I told you about, where you put water into the powder, kids love that. You put it into the hands and you squeeze it from the corner of the mouth, and they absolutely love that product. So that keeps them happy. And once the other items come, even each child, strangely enough, if they only get one item, they're extremely grateful, extremely happy, and extremely thankful. And that's what we try to do for every single individual affected in a tragedy like this.
To have the spirit of a child. Thank you very much, Suleiman from Gift of the Givers.